Look at them funny and ask them if they are sure that they really want their goal, or if what they really want is just to let the company give them stuff. Really, I just want a paycheck. Really, I just want a bigger paycheck, type of thing. Show them the company core values. Now, this is important for you to show them the company core values, because again, this is going to come in later, but I just want you to know an important step here is you want to be careful not to draw them to you, okay? You want to be very careful not to draw them to you personally. You have to be a representative of the company. When I was out of college, soon after college, I was a youth director at a church. Loved it, man. It's fantastic. I went in as a youth director. They had like 4 kids in the youth. I was there for 2 years. By the time I left, we were at 50 kids a week. I mean, it was like, woo-hoo! We had grown, expanded. We were doing all kinds of fun stuff. Everybody wanted to be a part of the youth group. We had 50 kids each week coming to our youth group. Then I left. I moved on with my life. In about 6 months, I think it wasn't a full year, but it was, maybe 8, 9, 10 months, something like that. Somebody was talking to me about how the youth group was doing. They're going, oh man, it's just falling apart. Nobody's there. It's just totally falling apart. And in my mind, I was kind of going, that's right, because I'm a good leader. I know how to get people to draw to me and all that kind of stuff. Thought it was pretty cool. And I even told that to him. Oh man, I guess I don't have a very good leader. And the person actually said to me, this was like, ugh. They said, no, Clay, the problem was that when you were there, you drew them to you. You didn't draw them to the church. You didn't draw them to God. You drew them to you. So when you left, there was no reason for them to come. Man. Talk about a truth bomb. That was huge. So I want you to be careful not to make the same mistake. As you are gathering people to you, you want to make sure that you are a representative of your company. So that when you do move up to management, when you do move to another position, people are still loyal and they still trust the company. Or else when you leave, you will have developed more of a family idea where they are only connected to you. All right? So keep that in mind as you move forward. So explain and define each core value. I've even got some scripting here. Well, first, let me tell you what will be required of you to be in the company and on this team that will help you meet your goals. We're a company of action, and this is what we require of each one of our team members, as you talk to them. And here's what that looks like on a daily basis, And here's a story about how Julie has done this and how she's been able to get where she wants to get, So you're giving them specific examples. Show them that it can be done and it is actually being done right now. But it's not easy and it requires sacrifice. And at this point, this is huge. At this point, you want to ask them, okay? We're going to step on to step 5. Once you have communicated, now we go here to step 5 and we get their buy-in. Okay? This is where you actually want to hear their voice. Up here, you're going to get a head nod. All right, they may be a mouth breather. Yeah, I want to do that. But down here, you actually need to hear their voice. Say yes. In fact, when I ask them, so what do you think? Do you want to be a part of this team? If they are nodding their head, I don't let them get away with that. I go, no, I need to hear it out of your mouth. I did this with a group. I've done this with a number of different groups, okay, guys, like union workers, fire departments, and police departments, where there'd be like 25 people around the table, and I'd go, do you want to be a part of the team? Or they'd nod their head. I go, no, I need to hear it. Yes, 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 yes. And there's always somebody in the group, hell yes. Okay, it's great. Build on that energy. How about here? How about here? And if somebody resists and doesn't say anything, okay, I just move right on by. Because the great thing about this is if they say no, if they go, now that you talk about this, I don't know if I want to. Beautiful. You win. Now you know that this person isn't somebody that you want to call to your team. You're just going to move on to somebody else. You don't need to be mad at them. You don't need to be frustrated with them. You just know that this isn't a person that is worthy to be on your team. But if they say yes, hey, now we can go to the last step, which is huge. But we have to get their voice. Head nod, okay? Head nod means that they accept it. Voice, so we're going to say this accepts. Their voice agrees, which is cool, but we're not done yet. We have to move to this final A, this final step, to make sure that that I will be equipped and I have prepared them and myself for the struggles that are coming. So here we are with step number 6. Step number 6, we're going to seal the deal. This is where we move from buy-in to ownership. At this point, this is where you as a people gatherer, as a team leader, it's where you are gaining ownership with the people, where they are now owning their goals. They are now owning the struggle that they're going to have to go through. And this is where I actually, as in the notes here, invite them, because that's all we can do as leaders, okay? You can't force anybody here. You can only invite them. So we're going to invite them to agree and sign their name. Oh. Guys, I've been doing this for like 25 years. As I was a coach, we did this every single season. Whether it was soccer, whether it was basketball or track, we did it every single season, where we had a big piece of poster board up on the wall, and we had the goals of what we were wanting to achieve. And we had written around the goals, the struggles that we knew that we were going to have to go through. And then I asked everybody, it's great that you're nodding your head and you're accepting. It's great that you're saying, yeah, I want that. But now what I want you to do is I want you to come up and sign your name. So I'd start handing out markers, and I'd be the very first one to sign my name on that sucker. And I say, I'm in. I'm going to do this thing. How many of you guys are with me? And they'd come up and start signing this poster board. Because now when they put their name on it, if there is no name on it, there is no ownership. If there is no ownership, good luck holding somebody accountable. If they don't own it, then as soon as you start getting some weak performance and you come and go, come on now, let's do this, they'll start going, oh, well, I just don't feel good today. Oh, don't feel good today? I believe that's right up here. Remember the struggle that we talked about? Well, I don't know that I want to do that after all. Whoa, what do you mean? Your goal? So did your goal change? You draw them to their goal. You draw them to the struggle that they said they would be willing to go through to get to their goal. It's got to be ownership. This doesn't have to be like a document and it's written and it's hitherto and whereas and all that kind of stuff. It's just some names, some words up on this, the core values that you have up on the board. And they come and sign it to get ownership. So now, as we move to our last page here, now what you've got is a person. Now what you've got is a person on your team that has a goal. They have a reason. They have a goal, they have a reason. They have a goal and a reason that aligns with the company goals. They have commitment to the accountability name. Right here, all right, right here. They have commitment that aligns with the accountability, and they are in alignment. It's our last day. We move from accepting to agreeing to aligning. Now we've got somebody that we can actually work with and begin to build a team with, because they are aligning with us. Not just agreeing that what we want and what they want is cool, not just accepting it, but actually aligning with it. You guys, again, I've been doing this for 25 years. Whether it's been athletes, okay? Whether it has been employees, whether it has been board members, this is how we move to alignment. It's how we get ownership. And they are buying into you as a representative of the company as you build your team. But Clay, I'm not their boss. How am I going to get them to do all this kind of stuff? Oh, that's the beauty of it. The question is, can you do this without being the boss? If you have to be the boss to get people to do this, you're going off of position. You're not going off of permission or production or personal development. You're just going off of permission. Because you guys, as a team builder, all you can do is invite. That's all you can do. You cannot force. As soon as you start forcing people, yeah, you might be able to get them to do it today, but guess what? Tomorrow you're going to have to get up and force them again. And the next day you're going to have to force them again. And the next day you're going to have to force them again and again and again. And you can never leave on vacation because if you leave, there's nobody there to force them. So we don't want to build a team that we have to force. We want to build a team that has accepted, that has agreed, and has aligned with our invitation. Guys, this is good stuff. This will change. This will make you so much more vital to your company. And therefore so much more valuable to the company. So that's the thing. Can you get people to do this without being their boss? Remember Maxwell. Position is the very lowest level of leadership. Having to lead through position. I'm your boss, you have to do it. We don't want to force people. If you can do this, then you are becoming a team builder. Guys, this is beautiful stuff when this actually starts going. It's the Jedi mind trick on folks. I've done it hundreds of times with people. It works not only with employees, it works with kids too. All right? Don't do it with your spouse. All right? Although it works, but don't do it with your spouse. It probably wouldn't go good. All right? But it works with people. Brings people into your cause. It brings people into the direction you want to go. When I do a workshop on this, I call it how to get people to do what you want them to do because they want to do it. You have to make sure that what you want them to do is what they want as well. Okay? So this concludes our session. So here are some steps for you. You need to start having these conversations. If you're a worker right now and you're looking around at some of your coworkers, you need to begin having some of these conversations on, so, tell me, what do you want? Why are you working here? You know, what are your goals? Where are you wanting to get? How much money you want? How much money is too much money? You know? And again, if you don't know how to just start that conversation, then it's probably not going to be too long until somebody starts feeling some pressure and stress. So in the pressure and stress, ask them, why do you stay with the pressure? Why do you stay? What is it that you're wanting to get? I want to get this job done. Why do you want to get the job done? Remember talking about the 5 whys? Find out that core. And again, some people won't go there with you. Okay, that's fine. They're not really going to be part of my team. And you can always lead with yourself. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm wanting. This is what I'm looking for. Are you like me? Do you want some of those things? Do you have a bigger picture in mind than just here? They'll begin to tell you. I promise you, they'll begin to tell you. And again, if they don't, that's okay. It doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make them bad. It just might disqualify them to be on your team. Okay? So, once again, this is session number 5 with Team Builder. Looking forward to talking in our next session. Our next session about how you can actually interpret what people are doing. This is crazy, all right? But in the next session, we're gonna begin to talk about how to interpret people's words and people's actions to let you know who's going to cut your throat. All right? Where the Judas is on your team. So it's going to be really important. All right? So looking forward to seeing you in session 6.